Okay, stream should be up again. Back on YouTube. Yeah, a second stream. Yeah. Again, part 2. Sorry about that. That's very annoying. And kids are crazy. Oh man. Let's check. Google Chrome 26. What the heck? What is this? This is like 3 tabs open. Playlist. DevStream. This. Let's go. This one. What are those? Why? Or maybe they just show it really individual. What are they doing? I don't know. Interesting to know what they do. Who knows? Okay. So there was when you wrote to me, Bernard, and where I was, I think there was nothing big I mentioned. I talked a bit about augmented space, and I inserted like the code from my previous project. So the augmented space represents the area target, or the area that is covered by the area target. And so we have the respective area target behavior, which we kind of get the get component. And then we have a generation method, which I think is just, yeah, so we can just handle just an information that we want to track maybe for ourselves. Maybe want to show it somewhere or handle something in the code differently. The moment I don't really do something with the information, it's just some metadata. And then with which Vuforia version this area target was created. That could also be interesting if you want to update area targets over time. Yeah, essentially you also want to, maybe at some point you also want to, if you have multiple sites and stuff, you work on this, you probably also want to save this data in a database if you want to scale stuff. Creation date can also be nice. And then we have documentation object, which is the actual the interesting stuff for us, where you put all the 3D objects and everything. And yeah, so from time to time I'll check now on my stream if this is still working. But yeah, it freed already up a bit of RAM after I closed the other Unity project. Probably because of the big, yeah, we had like a 5 stories location, which probably takes a lot of RAM. 100. So let's go back to the augmented space. So we have the get points of interest, which are located here. How are they set? It's just searching so this is populated by itself. This is always neat, so you don't have to drag and drop in the editor. Just searches in the children. The area target, and yeah, the type. So this should be good for this part. We go back to the air state controller. Here we actually have not the title. The points of interest controller we did not set up yet. This is essentially a method that you want that controls like the augmentations when you want to hide them, show them. In this case, we show it when we found an error target, and when we've lost the currently tracked error target, we want to obviously hide them so we don't see stuff in weird places. So the other so navigation UI controller. No, not just I want to see. Oh, I want to comment the whole line. Because I'm marking it. Okay. And this part, the points of interest controller. I need to turn off my phone, otherwise that would be loud. There is a fire alarm. I'm just we're just gonna create really quick. Points of interest controller is gonna be a bit of the controller of all the points of interests. Or do we need one actually? Maybe just do it in the ARNF controller. So we can store it here as well. I think that could make it a bit simpler. Otherwise you have controllers everywhere. Let's see. Do we want to do it? Instance get augmented spaces. Okay, so it has a list of the augmented spaces. Yeah, let's do this in the... Oh, we don't have it open yet. Oh, no, not printed. Alt P. How do you search a class in... It's so confusing when you work in different EDs. Developer environments. That's it. I want to search in class. No. I should do this here. Search class in studio. No. Alt M. Alt M. Nothing happens. Chrome being Chrome, yeah. Based on how ARS control is implemented, is there any way in conflict with the current Vuforia script for the Vuforia error target? No. The error state controller is only tracking the state of the device. Position controller of the device. What's it called? Wait, not the ARNF controller. You mean the error state controller, right? Yeah, the error state controller is basically just like tracking the state with the on status changed. So this is not influencing anything. What the multi-area target script is doing, it's only aligning them. There's one thing that it will conflict when you do this show augmentation true and false, and this is the error target default behavior. If you go check this out, the default error target event handler. If you check this out, what's happening here, you will find that There's on tracking found, on tracking lost, and here by itself, it's so there's this target found, target lost event that you can listen to, or you can add your own stuff that happens here. But by default, what it's doing, that augmentation rendering, it's going through send element child components. You go here, it goes through all transforms on all component augmented render. It's the component renders. If it's an observer behavior, so the error target behavior is one of those, and it basically disables the renderer. So it also disables the collider, which is good, but in our case, what we did to handle this a bit ourselves, for my other project, we used our own default handler, which I can show in a sec. Where do I have it? Was it here? No, that was for GPS. The multi-area target script and custom air target event handler. Was it this? A custom handler that inherits from the default event handler class. We don't disable renderings here because we disable them ourselves in air navigation controller. On target, on last don't have to be set on game object since we call our own function off or inside air state controller. So like behavior. So we just do air state controller instead of air target found. Still invoke those events if they exist, or you can still set them in the Unity editor. So here, I still left. I think I still left them in case I have to go back to this. But yeah, what I'm thinking of, so this was our custom air target event handler. So we handle it ourselves. So they're commented. So we just call the event, and then in our event, in our airnav, not airnav controller. I think here. So air navigation. No, I was in the air state controller. Here we do the here we activate the augmented spaces. Here. All right, let me check. So we have this on target found, and when the on target found is called, so those. We call those actually air state. Air state control instance on target found, and then with the respective air target. We do this way because we want to track. I want to track in one place. I want to track the error targets. So I can keep here a list of which area target currently is tracked or is enabled, and then which is actually being tracked. I hope that makes sense with the difference. This only can be tracked at the time, but multiples can be enabled. Yeah, then show augmentations. We simply activate the whole space. In the space are in the augmentation object are all the childrens, and there's all the colliders and everything. So we don't go through the whole like they do here in this in their version. They loop through all of the renders in their they loop through all children. If you go here to Scrubber child count, they loop through all children and check for all the colliders, all the renders, and all canvases. They disable it. I found this a bit yeah, I think it's not bad. I mean, it works, but yeah, so we do this ourselves with the custom area target event handler. Let's actually create this one as well. So we have this available in the project if you're using this one. Where did I add this? Under AR. Script. What is this? Did we add this? Vuforia is good from OSMDF. What is this? We add this last time. Scripts, data model. No. It was there before. Oh, here. No. No idea. What does it contain? Oops. Well, whatever. Okay. Did check something. Okay. FMesh agent helper. We already talked on that one. Finish the AR state controller. So we actually wanted to have this. We talked about the default area target event handler. Let's fix this one first. Wait, why cannot create? We're in a completely different folder. Because of the default area in where, yeah, I was confused. I thought this is in my asset scripts. That's why I was confused. Okay, utils. Not a util. Custom. What is it called here? Yeah. Default area target, custom area target event handler. Yes, we call it. custom target event handler. Yeah, so this is just the default. Yeah, so we also inherit from this class, so we have those functions. This target lost, I think. Can I go into this one? How can I go into this one? Normally with control is disabled. Maybe it's not available. I don't know why. My target behavior, I usually should be able to go to that instance. Not okay. So if you want to do it like this, I do it here in this example. And obviously what we need to do is we need to switch it in the AR target. Instead of this, we'll have the custom. Guess we cannot compile. Need to fix our issues. Why is this not? Somehow it stopped showing the errors. I don't know why. There's so many maybe. So let's first fix this one. Air state controller. We want to do this in the air navigation controller. Here we want to have the space. Spaces. Oh, let's just do this as... Oh, because we only have one, it's easy. It is. I'm gonna solve this more elegant, obviously, in the paid version. But for this, we only have one augmented space. We have space where we can navigate. Oh, I can see. Oh, it doesn't. Ah, why doesn't it compile? It's off. They'll not exist, probably. See. Why I don't see any errors anymore? It's not compiling anymore? Oh, now it is. Slowly. Okay. This one. Data model, points of interest. Here. The problem of get ID. Current destination, get ID. Get title. Aha. Why do you want to get the ID? Ah, so that's, yeah. So we don't only, we get compared by the ID. Okay. It makes a bit more proof. fail-proof. So I want to return int ID. Current destination. Because it's private. An ID. There you go. Fixed. Air path visualizer. That's true. I've shown stuff about the air path visualizer already a lot in the tutorials. I think it's also here. Air path visualizer. I created this one with the help of some other tutorials. Harry or Hari. I'm quickly finishing what I'm doing, then I'm gonna respond to your question. AR path visualizer. There we go. I write it the same way. Visualizer. Yeah. Hey, is this DevStream a set of tutorial video on how to implement this? Yes, so this is like a step-by-step tutorial on how to implement in the navigation with Vuforia and Unity. And some code snippets I'm taking from my old project, and I try to explain them a bit more detailed. Because many people have asked for a more detailed tutorial about the whole project. And instead of like making more detailed videos, which is very, very time consuming, I'm just doing this on a live stream. I hope that's okay. And yeah, feel free if you have any questions. So the AR path visualizer, like I said, I explained in other tutorials, and there's also it's like nothing magic. I simply render the path between the air navigation, the nav mesh agent and the destination. And this is by looping through the path point corners. So we have the air camera, which here, this is public. How we do it in the other ones. I think the AirNav controller, we just, it's also just assigned. You can also just do it like this. Air camera camera main. If you just have one camera, this is also a nice solution. So you don't have one thing less to care about in the editor to add. So we're just gonna do it like this, and I think here as well. Not in the air navigation controller. And I just said like this, and we were in the air path visualizer. I want to set it. I want to get it. The line render is a line render component. We need to add on the game object. And so, yeah, if you really know how this works, you can go check out this link. I would have to read it by myself as well. It's calling a coroutine draw path. And then here we wait for the end of the frame so the path is drawn. If the path is not longer than 2, we we don't draw. And then we loop through each position and we set the position of the line render or in the array. And then here we also have the off-screen target. For this we still need to add a off-screen target we're gonna add later. This is the arrow that I showed on the side of the show it. Why is it showing it twice? Where is it? Yeah, so this is the off target. How do I call it? Off-screen target. Off-screen target, yeah. So this is done by another package that I installed. How to create and use AR targets. What's this? Oh, localization plugin now. For the multiple languages. FMesh component. Yeah, so at that time there was no, yeah, at that time there was like a GitHub repo with the NavMesh surface, but this is now included into the normal NavMesh system, which is really cool. Let's see. I think it's probably in the playlist. That's all my private playlists. Navigation community project. What am I looking for actually? Totally forgot. Oh, I'm looking for my navigation tutorials, and I think somewhere in the tutorials, maybe I should take out those links, put them somewhere in the wiki. Or did not link it in the script, did I? No. That would be helpful. Custom conclusion object, capture station, mesh component, fastest way to destination. Create and use area targets now. So it's maybe the next one. Other useful links. Render path of NavMesh agent, rather NavMesh. Show back to line Unity assets. Ah, so this is the off-screen target. Go back to line Unity asset. Sounds a bit weird. But yeah, so this is a free asset I found, and essentially what it does, you like have a tracker on a game object, and as soon as you go out of sight, it tracks the side of the screen, and then it shows this neat error. You can disable, of course, the meters and others, and yeah, so this I will add here. Green target works only with another Yeah, so it can be really helpful to put links in your descriptions, in your code. You look up later stuff. So let's see that we disable those. But we also need to add this to on a to-do list. Setup of green target. We do this. Yeah. Line. So we simply deactivate this and show line. Yeah. Nope. Well, this would help with a project. Do you think it's possible to set up a feature like a person will be able to reach another person by both moving towards each other? A person will be able to reach another person by both moving towards each other. Would be super complicated. You would have to like have a server somewhere. Or you could do client-to-client communication. But I think best would be to have a server in between and then both communicate each other the location. So we could use the Unity relay for this. I researched on this for the multiplayer VR app lately. Unity relay server. So this is actually like a lobby. Yeah, so you could create a lobby and then you would join it automatically when you do a navigation on this site, and then you would communicate each other the location. Yeah, that would be possible with this. It would be super complicated to set up, but it's not impossible. It's actually a really cool idea, actually. Also, can I know what your next stream will be? Oh, good question. So essentially this will be like I cannot give you the whole detailed explanation because it's a bit unplanned, I would say. I'll just go with the flow, see how far I can go. I will certainly not finish it today. I'll just do 20 more minutes, so it will be but essentially it will be finishing setting up this setup with all the controllers and make it work so that we have so we can render the line, navigate, and then we still need the UI. So there's lots of things. Maybe at some point I need to have some more plan. But yeah, you don't mind if I try to implement this with the feature for my engineers with credits? Oh no, not at all. So this is I mean, you can use this even this repository. It is live it's available for free in this this repository. Alright, well, the code is available. So yeah, sure, you can use this. And I would love to hear about how you solve the whole navigate to the other person. I would love to see this. I would love to implement it myself if I have some time. Let's write it down. It's a cool idea. Hope I don't mind. Hope you don't mind if I steal your idea. Very helpful. Yeah, so there are other tutorials already on my channel. Like I showed in the playlist before. Not super detailed, because in the beginning I thought there are lots of tutorials about how to do in particular certain stuff. I just wanted to give an overview how I did it. And so then if you want to search a specific thing, you can Google it and you immediately find answer in Unity forum or you. So yeah, whole idea by Hari. Maybe I can reach out like Discord or something. Yes, there is a Discord chat, Discord server. And let me quickly finish this. Navigate to another person. Both using same app. Use stream position to server. For example, Unity Relay. Yeah, so essentially, I mean, my idea for this whole project, like live streaming and doing this project now online or open, that we can add features that you would like. Or I mean, essentially now we're building the basic setup, and then maybe at some point when we're done with this, we can say, okay, let's try to implement this. Let's try to push it forward, try to improve it. And so my first goal is that when it's like a base, when the basics are built, then we can publish it to Unity Asset Store, so that people can already use it. Like they can find it in the Unity Asset Store and can download it from there as like a project template start. I'm gonna send you the Discord link in the, I think it's found on my channel. Oh, I could also post it here. I have a link tree. Add here website. It's just a link tree. So, but on this website you find the just gonna copy it in the live stream. You are the only one who implemented with Vuforia to avoid Vuforia point cloud feature with this easy scan app is impossible now from my 3 weeks research around AR navigation. There are a lot of other Vuforia developers. They just don't and there are also a lot of other, not a lot, but there are other tutorials on YouTube that you find about Vuforia, but not so much. I agree. I think that bigger companies, they're using Vuforia as a framework because it's so easy to use. For example, Tredis is one of them. But yeah. But yeah, maybe I'm the only one that implemented in the navigation in this form. There was one guy. This one I'm not. Signed in. Here, navigation. Vuforia. this guy. I don't remember which is his channel exactly. Third Aurora. Yeah, Matthew Hobb is his channel. Yeah, so he did it also with Vuforia, I think. Oh yeah, you can go check it out as well. It'll be not so detailed, but he also showed the process quite well. Okay, let's go back here. Let's see, that was this. We don't need anymore. I tried to close a bit the tabs so we don't use too much RAM. Okay, so we have the AirPath visualizer. Go back into the editor. What's the next thing we should have? What do you mean it doesn't exist in this context? Sure it does. Maybe it didn't compile yet. Is it written small? Yeah, he rewrote it small. I'll just do it like this. Voila. Position manager. Oof. Yeah, so the position manager I used to handle multiple AR targets, so I'm not gonna handle this. I'm not gonna need this here. Set points of interest for navigation. So this is when you actually set it. Do you start it already? Set point of navigation. And start the navigation. So probably this is the method that's called from the UI. Yeah, that must be the method that we call from the UI. Okay, start with the navigation. You select the object and then we set it, and when it's localized, then we start the navigation. And the discover mode, we're not gonna have discover mode. Where is this? Oh, I already disabled this. Navigation UI controller we don't have yet. UI controller we also don't have yet. Yeah, I'm gonna name this stuff different because that can be confusing. Position. We need something from we have an air targets manager. So we all gonna do that stuff in the air navigation controller. So if it's not localized, what do we do? The only thing we can do is actually it's not job of the air navigation controller. No. Yeah, so here we set the position of the air path visualizer. And here we stop everything. Path shares control don't have anymore. Path estimation utils. Do this later. Path. Stop navigation. Navigating. Activate library mode. Don't need this. So in the update method, what we're going to do is, if we're localized, then we enable the agent. If the agent is on the nav mesh, then we stop it so it doesn't walk. In some case, I do think we want to have him walk if we want to debug our navigation. Like when there's a problem, we can look at the agent walking to the destination, and we as a user, we just stand still and look. This could be interesting. Although I think with the navigation helper, warping always to the position, so we would have to enable this script to make this happen. What we're gonna do this is to add, yeah, debug function. Simulate agent walking. So then this is, yeah, that if it's not localized, then we deactivate it. Then if we are localized and navigating, so this is just if we have a destination and destination, then we update the position for the air path visualizer, and we enable the camera collider. Tell air path visualizer to show the line. No, just leave it here. Or why not do it already here? Yes, then we have, if it's not navigating, but we're localized, we want to disable the line, but we still want the camera collider to be active. Camera collider is this here. Air camera. This sphere collider. Our collider is maybe a bit weird. We have a air camera collider. Yeah, camera. Actually, also do this like in the other scripts. AR camera with Pixie. This and let me just do this AR camera slider so this is clear. And then yeah, so this is when we show the scan in overlay, which we want to show to inform the user that he has to point around the thing, the device. Let me quickly check back on my stream if there are any other questions. I didn't really quite understood, Bernard, your comment about trust me, Josh, you were the only one who implemented with Vuforia, and to avoid Vuforia point cloud feature with its easy scan app is impossible now. From my 3 weeks research around AR in the navigation. With its easy scan app, it's impossible now. What do you mean with it's impossible now? My 3 weeks research. What did you research? I didn't quite understand. What was the use case of the scanning overlay in this scenario? I can show you in the video that I have on my so the scan overlay was this, that when you start the app, this was the scan overlay. So because when you start the app, you have this UI. I'm still gonna add this. So we have a list of those points of interest, and then you want to kind of, yeah, so this is the scan overlay that you show the user, okay, move a bit around with your screen, with your device, and show me some features in the environment. Yeah, so this is the scan overlay. And this helps the user to kind of know, okay, I need to point around my device. Otherwise they just think, well, with GPS or with Bluetooth, the location can be found without showing the features, but because we rely on the environment, we need to show it. Oh, they need to show it with the device around. Does that make sense? I'm talking a bit confused now because I'm so tired. But yeah, so that was the AirNav controller. I hope that makes sense. But that comment, I meant I researched on how to make an AR in navigation, and I think so far your approach and route is the most feasible, easiest way. I also think so. That's why we did it this way. Yeah. The other ways were always a bit limited, or it's not so clear on how to do it, or it's very complicated. I think with this setup, it's doable. A lot of different things, a lot of different aspects, but yeah, it's definitely doable. That's why we do this stream. Yay. But it's sometimes hard for me to remember what I thought previously, because we invested like 400 to 600 hours, I think, in development, this whole thing. It was like a bachelor thesis of 6 months, yeah. So it was very intense. But the code snippets I'm taking now from a client project that I actually did after my thesis, which was already a bit improved, so that's good. So I hope we can continue learn and improve it a bit. Yeah, so actually here we have the augmented space, and now the goal for today before ending the stream that we have no errors, because horrible if you push to a repository and it's not working. Path navigation utils, this is to calculate how long the distance still will be. Don't have to. And how long you have until you arrive in navigation control into navigation. When do you want to stop the navigation? Handle unreachable use. Ah, okay. If the route is not reachable, we stop the navigation. Yeah, that's good. Okay. The name air navigation does not exist in turn. Oh, we call it just air nav controller. Yeah, this is also a thing I discovered over the time instance, which is very useful. So you don't have to assign it on top here. Public AR nav controller. You just do this instance, and it's, I think this is the singleton pattern, where you make sure that this can only exist one time. So you just do awake instance this, and you can call this from everywhere. Really cool. Or at least I found. I was so glad I found this. So we were here, instance, and then state controller. We still have this. We simply here we get the air nav controller from instance. Get the augmented space. So augmentations are here. We just don't need the for loop. Like this. That's probably even. Oh, we're gonna use it here. Okay. Oh yeah, this is private, so we're not gonna use this from outside. Only count it from in here. We get the current, well, not the current augmented space. We set it to. Yep. So let's see. Yoo-hoo. No error so far. Our destination, this will be set. This we want to set later in the UI. This is the augmented space. So let's quickly do this by hand. The augmented space is actually the augmented space we didn't set up yet. So, oh, how did I do this in this app? We had the building, then we had the floor, and on each floor we had an augmented space. So for the augmented space was on the same, yeah, it was on the same. So this would be Josh Kitchen. This was handheld. Created with Vuforia version. Ooh, which version are we at now? Which version are we at now? And 25 or 1025. 1025 is the current version. There was an update lately. Oh, that was just a beta program, but yeah, we're 25 since July. I hope they soon add Vision Pro update. They're working on the eyewear optimization for those building hours. But yeah, so I created it with and 25. Creation date was, I think, imported air target, so it was the 9th of 9th. 2024. Documentation object is good question. We also want to augment the nav mesh. We actually need to create a augmented objects, one like that, and we're gonna have this. I'm gonna put them here. Boom. And then we should be good. Right out. Should see align. Oop. Failed to create agent because there is no valid nav mesh. Oh, great. Actually not great. Not just server. I probably forgot to set some their state controller. Did we set the air target behavior? Ah. Now what's missing? Air target event handler. Oh, that reminds me of one thing that I wanted to change from last setup. Include, I want to set this to required, aircore requirement. I think this makes Android a bit more stable. Yeah. See if this is a special file. Yeah. Require AR core. Okay, so what was object reference not set the needs of an object? Air nav controller 60. Why? This was not set? Or is localized? No, localized. Maybe this was not instanced yet. That could be. Never happened before. Ah, don't have it yet in the scene, in the script. Air state controller. AR state controller. Yes. Some more questions from Bernard. About your previous client, Gower, did you build this into an APK which people will have to download from Play before navigating there or App Store? Which people will have to download from? Yeah. So I built this into both APK and iOS app. And during testing, we used the beta app store from Apple. So the, what's it called? The test flight, with its own test flight on an iPhone devices. And so yeah, I built them into an app. And they have to download, people that navigate, they have to download. Until now, the point clouds are not there yet, where they can be so performant, or the browsers are not so performant that they can do this point cloud calculations in the browser. Like as a progressive web app would be nice. You can just scan a QR code, you go to the website, and then you can find your locations. That will be the dream, obviously. But until now, we need to have this app downloaded. Yeah, unfortunately. I hope this will come at some point. With Vuforia or with some other framework. If with another framework, I would love to learn this as well. Yeah, so let's check this out now. That should work. If that works. Oh, let's see. The variable agent of our nav control has not been assigned. Oh, that's not good. Wait. Here you go. Ah, the augmented space is this one. AirPath and show line. Oh, yeah. Obviously, we all need to add those. AirPath visualizer. We also need to add to the scene, of course. Path visual. It doesn't matter how you named him here. Just helps to know what it is. Air path visualizer. And we have a line renderer, of course. Where do we put the line renderer? I think we just had it here. Line renderer. Does it need a mesh renderer? See, mesh renderer. I don't remember how I set this up. Line renderer. Special. Let's see if you create one here. Let's see, let's check the docs. Line renderer. effects line. Here we have one line render. Ah, we need a special shader. Okay. Off blend. We multiply. Oof. Yeah, so I think in this I'm not using the universal render pipeline. If you want to, we can switch to this one as well. I generally like to be up to date with like the newest stuff. And with my VR project, I also switched to the universal render pipeline to have better performance. Let's see. I want to see how I set it up in the Power project. Also assign it a custom material on the line render. Yeah, that's true. Here. Oh, I see. Yeah. Quickly want to see how I set it up in Gower. And where was the line? Ah, the line was just here. Navigation line render. 0.5. And then we had a line with border mat. Ah, so yeah, that was a bit... No. Ah, didn't want to show a line. I wanted to... I was not drawing a line. I was drawing arrows. Yeah, so